fun with failure.
When it comes to family, albeit husband, wife, children, siblings, or even your pets, no doubt you have some funny and cute stories to tell. These are 10 such stories that I've found, and I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. This is a little country humor. When we had a dairy, we were kids. Our cousins came to visit from a very populated California. They came with us to do chores. While my oldest sister was milking her prize cow, she said, "We need to get her bread because she's starting to dry up." Later, when we had just finished a big breakfast, one of my teenage cousins piped up and said loudly, "When are we going to have bread from the cow?" My mother wasn't happy at all the laughter. She refused to let us explain. Well, I guess I have to make sure to shave my underarms every single day now. A couple of weeks ago, my daughter apparently told her kindergarten teacher on Share Day that her mommy was growing a beard out of her armpits. Last Saturday, I was in the pool enjoying myself when huge rain clouds and thunder started, so I got out of the pool and ran straight for the house, not drying off. I left puddles on the kitchen floor while I ran off to the bedroom to get changed. I forgot I left the dog outside, so she was frantic to get in, and even more frantic that the cat was near her food bowl. The two of them started to scuffle, and one of them, I don't know which, ran into the back of my leg and I hit the water on the floor. I went up in the air and then fell down onto my knee. My glasses came off my face and into my eye. As I tried to get them out of my eye, the rest of my body came down hard. Last to land was my big head that cracked the floor hard. Did you ever try to cry when the dog was licking your face? Bad enough, she tripped me. Then she's trying to drown me with her kisses. Hurt like hell. But I would have loved to have seen it in instant replay. Bruised knee, black eye, and sore ribs. I have to admit, it must have looked very funny. Have you ever seen pictures of kids sticking their tongues on metal poles in the winter? I got a huge hole in my pantyhose one winter day and took them off since there was more of me out of it than in. When I got out of my car, I slipped on the ice and landed right on my behind, my very warm behind, and immediately got stuck to the ice. They had to call the rescue squad, but even they tore a huge chunk of skin off by trying to get me unstuck. I had a scab on my butt for weeks. I have been working out for a short while now, and although I've only lost 12 pounds, I am sure that I have gained additional muscle as well. One evening, I was hanging out at home alone. My wife and son were out on an errand. I was taking it easy with my shirt off. I decided that I would go to the grocery store. I hurriedly put on my shirt and I was on my way. After I arrived at the grocery store, I was making my way around. I noticed that I was receiving a few looks from the ladies. I began to think maybe my weight loss, as little as it is, may have made a big difference in my appearance. Kind of an ego booster. I thought, this is a nice change. As I left the store, I jokingly thought to myself, yeah, I'm the man. I made my way home and waited for my family to arrive. After they had been home for a while, my son came up to me and said, "Dad, do you realize that your shirt is inside out?" "Of course, son. That is the way that all cool people are wearing their shirts nowadays." Oops, life can be humbling sometimes. When our son was about 10 years old, we had a wood stove in our basement family room. One stormy and snowy Michigan night, the family had a gathering in the basement to relax and get warm, except our son who was playing upstairs. I decided to hide on top of the built-in bench seat in my snowsuit that was hanging above the bench. My husband called our son and told him that he couldn't find Mom. Our son began to search as Dad lay on the floor by the wood stove waiting for the show to happen. I jumped up out of the snowsuit and boy did that poor little guy scream and run. We were all laughing so hard. Our son recovered fast and laughed about it too. This was payback for all the times that he jumped out and scared me and his two older sisters. One very hot summer day, my daughter and her family was visiting and the AC went out. Being a chubbo with flabby arms, I seldom wear tank tops, but that day called for it. I reached up to get something off the fridge, and one of the boys, who was about 6 years old, was startled by what he saw. He said, "Grandma, look, your muscles fell. It's supposed to be up here like mine." The look on his face and his genuine concern kept me from laughing out loud. Not sure, but I don't think I've worn tank tops since then. I took my youngest daughter into the dressing room with me. She loudly admired my bra, which had pretty butterflies on it, and insisted on trying it on. I figured, what the hey, since she can do hula hoops in it. Later, when I took her to preschool, she told her teacher that she was mad at me for not allowing her to wear the butterfly bra to school. Also, since most bras have tons of padding, I had a hard time explaining to my daughters that they will grow breasts, not slip them on in the morning. They still fill up lingerie in the store to see what size they want to be. When my oldest daughter was little, Grandpa loved to babysit. He had a huge garden and her sandbox was next to it. He went outside for a few minutes, and when he came out, her sand pail was full of green balls. She had picked all of his baby tomatoes. She must have noticed that he was a little upset by this, because later he saw her out there with a bottle of Elmer's glue trying to put them back on. When I was growing up, me and my siblings were at home when my father got home from work. He came in all excited, and he asked us if we wanted to go bowling. We were all excited and we jumped in the car. The thing you have to know about my dad is that he is a big jokester, and he always looks for opportunities to play jokes on us. As we got close to the bowling alley, we noticed a lot of fire trucks in the area. It turned out that the bowling alley was engulfed in flames. He saw all of us in shock and started dying laughing. If you enjoyed those videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more funny videos in the future. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again.